We are being joined by Union Minister Mr. Prakash Javadekar live. Mr. Javadekar, good morning. Mr. Javadekar, first I am going to start with this apprehension. What do you have to say to the opposition? Do you think that they're being childish by not attending what they call the marketing event, but it's a special session of the parliament tonight?
See, I will not see childish, but nobody should forget that it is their credit. We are saying that all parties have joined together to make this historical change in the country for the betterment of the country. Central government and all state governments have the fundamental right to tax people, but they've forgone those rights and has vested that into the GST Council. They have shared their sovereignty, and therefore what is important, it is their baby. The whole law draft is made unanimously by all finance ministers from all the states. It includes 6 Congress finance ministers. It includes finance minister from West Bengal, Orissa. It also includes Tripura and Kerala, who are communist regimes. So everybody has contributed in it. It is everybody's credit. And why they should shirk away from this? There is nothing. They have drafted the rules unanimously. They have all together decided the rates together, and they decided 1st July. And now how can somebody back? So I hope that by today's evening, things will be clear and all will join.
That seems highly unlikely, Mr. Javadekar, but that's exactly the point which the opposition is making, that if it is something which was happened because of all the political parties, it was because of a consensus in the parliament, then why is the invite going out on behalf of the Prime Minister in the presence of the President? That they have a problem with that wording of that invite.
No, I don't know. See, if somebody wants to find some fault, that matter can be definitely, they could have discussed. The issue is very simple. Today is a program and President is there, Vice President is there, Prime Minister is there, or both former Prime Minister who can join, because Atalji cannot join, he is bedridden. So both the Prime Ministers have been invited, and I hope that by evening wisdom will prevail.
Mr. Javadekar, do you want to make another appeal to the opposition that forget your politics, do come?
Yes, definitely. It's my appeal also. Do come and participate. It's your credit. You must take it, and it's your legitimate credit. Everybody has made efforts. See, the whole issue of one tax was debated for 40 years. Everybody made, all parties have been part of the government sometime or the other. They have all made their efforts in that direction. Now it has fructified. So it's everybody's credit. So all should come.
But you know what, Mr. Javadekar, the point that they are making, the point which the opposition is making is that it's a hurried way of implementation of the GST. Now, I was listening to Amit Mitra a short while back, the West Bengal finance minister. He says, everything is going to go digital. And the small kirana stores or the small traders are not yet prepared for it. Do you think, Mr. Javadekar, you could have waited for some more time? 6 months is what they were asking for?
Actually, let Amit Mitra, I will not say what he was speaking when he was FICCI man and now what he is speaking when he is finance minister under Mamta. The issue is small vendor has not to pay any tax. Somebody who is annual turnover is below 20 lakh, that is selling 5,000 rupees goods every day, all 90% of the all rural shops, they have not to pay any tax, they have not to keep any records. Those below annual turnover of 75 lakh and below, they have to pay just 1% tax, traders. So where is the problem? They don't need to keep records. Those above 75 lakh turnover, they already have computers. So there is no issue. He knows it very well.
But
I appeal to the conscience of everybody, and let us see, this is not hurried, because Amit Mitra knows very well that in West Bengal, the amendment, the constitutional amendment provides protection to the present taxes of states and central government till 16th of September only. If you don't do now, after 16th September, no central government or state government will not have any power to put any tax, levy any tax. So there will be no income for the government at all.
No, but
That's a situation.
Mr. Javadekar, do you think that you could have waited for some time more? Or maybe a month or two more?
No, see, there is no the country has waited for 70 years.
But see, that's where the
How
point
much
comes in.
more?
Mr. Javadekar, then the opposition is saying, and particularly the Congress party is saying that, you opposed the GST when you were in opposition. They were BJP chief ministers who had categorically said no to the GST. Why is it that you're making it your event now?
It is not BJP's event. It is nation's event.
Okay.
Let us understand. It's everybody's event. And more importantly, when we were opposing, what was the opposition? Not for GST. It was the opposition to take states into confidence. And that was not being properly addressed. That was the complaint. Now everybody is on board. All state, every word of the act has been drafted unanimously. Every word of the rule have been drafted unanimously. Every rate has been decided unanimously. Tell me, this is the victory of cooperative federalism, sabka saath, sabka vikas. And this is what we want to ensure. And by patiently, Arun Jaitley ji, deftly he has handled it. So everybody is on board. Wherever I go in every state finance minister says, kudos to Jaitley ji, because so that is how he is saying. Everybody is respecting. Then why not come? This is not a political issue. This is a national issue. The credit goes to all, and therefore all should join.
But Mr. Javadekar, the fact that you're doing a midnight session, you're trying to do a replay of Jawaharlal Nehru's tryst with destiny, that is what the opposition is objecting to. Why did you have to do this?
No, I don't think. See, a good launch, because the GST starts at midnight.
Yes.
So what starts at midnight, you have to organize function on midnight. How you will put a button on, because you have to put button on at 12 in the midnight. So you have to be there. So you could have done in a remote office also, or you are joining together to celebrate the major transformation in the taxation system from a non-tax compliant society to a tax compliant society. Providing more money for public welfare is a very essential reform which has happened, which is happening.
Mr. Javadekar, do you think it is a smart strategy at a time when the Congress seems to be opposing what they call the special event? You send that last minute invite to Dr. Manmohan Singh. You made him certainly very confused, which is so much so that Sonia Gandhi had to go and meet him yesterday. Was that a smart political strategy?
It is not last minute thing. Our parliamentary affairs ministers and other relevant people have already met him. Arunji has met him. So everybody has talked to him. So it's not a last minute thing. So they see, we have no political agenda in launching of GST. We think that this is a national event, must be celebrated like that, and therefore it's everybody's.
Mr. Javadekar, even as we speak today, when we are getting ready for this big tax regime, change in a tax regime, actually, there are protests which are being planned by the opposition. Like in Uttar Pradesh, the Congress is planning some. In Delhi, other political parties are planning some. For them, it's going to be yet another issue to take on the government and the BJP after demonetization.
No, I think if somebody will politically protest, it will be a wrong move, because they suffered that and they have experienced that in demonetization. When government is bent upon and everybody has joined in that to bring in a transparency in the system, and if somebody is opposing transparency, people, particularly the poor section of the society, because they will be ultimately benefited with more monies in government hand, more monies for public welfare. If you are opposing that, people will think that you are doing something anti-poor. That is one thing. But more importantly, if there are confusion in the minds of traders, we are there 24/7 to explain, to explain the things properly, so there will be no misunderstanding.
But Mr. Javadekar, traditionally the traders have been, supporters of the BJP. Now, you yourself are admitting now that there may be a little bit of confusion and concerns among the traders. Aren't you worried? Aren't you worried
Not
that
all.
unlike demonetization, this is something which could boomerang on you?
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
No, I am giving you the figures.
Okay.
There were 80 lakh registered taxpayers. By today morning, already 67 lakhs have joined in. So 80%, 90% have already joined in. Others will also join. If there is confusion in somebody's mind, we are there to explain. It's a dialogue. It's not dictatorship. It's a dialogue. It's a democracy. And therefore, we value, if anybody has any doubt, we will definitely, right from block level, we are opening today GST Seva Kendras.
Okay. But you are also planning this nationwide movement, isn't it? I mean, campaigns by the BJP, your ministers have been asked to travel across the country to send the message of GST.
No, because we expect that all leaders, all state governments also should do this, and they are doing this. I am tomorrow going to Bengaluru, and there is a big program where I am going, and Siddaramaiah is also there. So there is no issue. It's everybody's. It's not political. It's not BJP Congress.
Okay, but Mr. Javadekar, now just to come back to the what exactly will change after GST? There are going to be some products, for example, medicines people are worried about. For example, as far as travel is concerned, as far as cars are concerned, it's a mixed bag. Aren't you worried that this could actually trigger off a slump in sales on one hand, and there could be a price rise, for example, on the other?
No. Let us understand what is happening is 17 types of state and central government taxes and 23 types of cesses are all being subsumed into one tax. Therefore, avoidance of cascading of tax on taxes will give relief to everybody. There will be lower inflation, there will be benefit to everybody because cascading effect of taxes is gone. So that's the first benefit, immediate. And second, while fixing the GST rate, GST Council has worked very hard to calculate the weightage average of all such taxes which are now being subsumed in the travel of the article from production, its raw material stage to production to distribution to the selling point. So all taxes have been bracketed in the nearest slab. So if something is taxed 14%, it will be now 12%. Don't compare it only VAT, because there are many other taxes also which are subsumed. So all put together, there is a very robust arithmetic done, and all finance ministers have done it. And therefore, this is very important to understand that if somewhere the tax load is 7%, it has been brought to 5%. If something is 20%, it has been brought to 18%. And if something is 19%, if it is 17%, it also becomes 18%. So there is a very scientific formula by which this has been done, and where the benefit will accrue to the builder or anybody, because now they will get input credit on cement and steel. So they have to pass it on to the consumer. If they don't pass, there is a anti-profiteering provisions which will apply, and therefore this is very important.
But Mr. Javadekar, what about the small kirana shop owner? Because all of this is going to be largely digital.
No,
are they really ready?
All kirana shops need, let me tell you.
Yes.
Those who sell below 5,000 rupees a day or 6,000 rupees a day, there is no taxation, so they don't have to maintain anything, they have nothing to worry. Those below 75 lakh, that is 20,000 per day. How many are such shops? 20,000, below 20,000, they also don't have to give computer and records and submit anything. They have to just pay 1%. And they are ready. So they are also ready. So above 75 lakh, everybody has computer. So where is the issue? And government is also coming with a utility in open source which will be freely available to the traders.
But, we are talking about towns, we are talking about cities, I'm talking about the villages, I'm talking about the small rural areas.
I am talking about the villages. I am talking about the villages. The 90% of the shopkeepers below 20,000 have to do nothing. And they don't sell more than 20,000 a day. So they are not bothered and they are not covered. Whoever are covered are big stores. They have computer, they have softwares. The softwares are already, private softwares are already operated with, are installed on their machines. But government is also coming out with a utility which will be freely available, and where you only have to actually put figures of sales and purchases, from whom you have bought, from whom to whom you have sold, and how much. If you write that, everything automatically happens. The returns also, only one return you have to do yourself. Other two returns are generated every month by computer itself, by the system itself. So it's a very easy thing. See, any new change will definitely have some doubts in mind. That's so natural, that's so human. So in a family also, if you bring something new, a system new, there will always be three types of reaction of all the three generations in the house.
Yeah.
But that's life. But everybody comes along. And see, today 70 crore mobile users in rural areas are recharging their mobile by keying in 16 digit from the recharge card. So they are already savvy. Our adoption, technological adoption in India is much, much, much better than what many countries have.
You know, Mr. Javadekar, then we are talking about the new, but let's talk about the old. Many of the traders we spoke to and reporters on the ground have been speaking to them. They don't know what to do with the old stock. What does it happen to that? How does the tax get adjusted on that?
No, that has already been discussed by the GST officials. Have conducted more than 5,000 classes and they are available online also. If somebody has any doubt about, they need not worry about. So I was really amused to see stock clearance sale. There is nothing going to happen to the stock. Nothing is going to happen to the stock. You are valued at as of 30th June what you have. Today it starts, so from tomorrow whatever they purchase and sale is the matter.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Javadekar, for speaking to us.
Thank you.
And that was a reaching out from the union minister to the opposition, an appeal actually, an open appeal from Mr. Javadekar to the opposition that please forget politics about this new tax regime and please come and join that special session in Parliament. Thank you so much, Mr. Javadekar, once again.